what's up? It's Sean Baligian.
What up? This is Joyce Bell here on the Baligian and Bell Show.
Make sure you check us out on the Woodward Sports Network. So good morning. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. So glad you could join us here, Woodward Sports. My name is Sean Baligian. In the house, the one, the only, Terry Foster.
If I can make it for 2 hours. You know, I had a COVID shot, my second one yesterday.
Yes.
And I've just been told, oh, you're not going to feel well, you're going to pass out, you're going to have chills, you're going to get all this stuff. Knock on wood, nothing yet. So it's been more than 24 hours, so we'll see.
Isn't it weird? It's almost this is the way that I look at it. It's almost like COVID itself, because I know people that had it that went
right.
There's a cold.
It's like people want you to get sick.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, dude, oh, you're gonna go down, and it's gonna be hard too. I'm like, come on now, and I'm being Mr. Positive. I'm not. I didn't think about it. I just took my poke, and then I was told, well, after you get your poke, go to sleep. I didn't. I took a 6-mile walk around the lake, which I love to do. I went shopping.
Yeah.
Bought myself some new pants and some joggers. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to live my life, and if I pass out, shit, it just happened.
You know what, Terry? Honestly, it is. I know some people that said the sickness itself was nothing. I know some people that were really sick. Mm-hmm. Thank the good Lord, I don't know anybody personally that passed from it, but I know people that had people pass from it. And I've kind of heard the same thing about the shot. There are some people that, like my cousin said, I just didn't feel right for a couple days.
Right.
You know, and there were other people that said, well, it was nothing. It's no big deal.
Right.
It depends on the person.
Now, since I'm an old guy, I'm taking all kinds of shots. Like, I took a shingle shot. That thing made me sleepy for, like, a day.
For real?
Yeah, but, you know, I was like, cool, I could use the sleep.
Yeah, is that a bad thing?
That's not a bad thing. I was like, okay, honey, don't bother me. I'm taking a nap again. And I had a great time.
I don't know if that's a bad thing.
I love naps. See, I don't get to take as many naps now as I used to, but if I can take one, I'm like, hey.
You went shopping? What was that like? That's one thing I haven't done that yet.
It was cool. You know, the only thing is sometimes people recoil when they get too close. They're like, ooh, yeah, I don't want to get too close to you. And I was like, motherfucker, I had my second shot, so you don't have to worry about me. I should be worried about you.
So no mask? Did you go out no mask? Or
no, I had a mask on.
Okay. All right.
I'm still going to wear it.
Yeah. That's one thing, honestly, from day one. I got to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with it. It's just like there are things, and Art, you and I are cut from the same cloth. I'm a just let me live my life type of guy, okay? But like the masking, that never bothered me. You know what? When I go out, I have this stupid thing. You know, it's no big deal to me.
Well, you got a cool mask. You got the NHL
Thank
mask.
you. Yeah, the original 6.
Is that the original 6?
Yeah, I got the original 6 mask, right?
Here's my question.
Right.
For someone who's kind of like on the fence with taking the shot, is it pretty factual that the symptoms that you get from taking the shot is like lightly what you would have gotten if you had COVID? Because that's what I'm hearing.
How about living proof, Dr. Foster, right here?
How about I had no symptoms?
None.
So,
wow.
None. And this is my second shot. The first one, you know, I went through no symptoms. They said, oh, they're going to get you the second one. But usually if you take the flu shot, you get some symptoms of the flu for like a few hours and it goes away.
Right.
And then you don't get the flu. Or in my case, I don't even get a cold.
I got to give you a lot of credit, though, because the amount of Twitter trolls that come after you, I was talking about it during, before the show. You have the patience of a monk, honestly. I don't know how you do it. I'm reading through your mentions, and people are, calling you all these names and saying all these hateful things, and you're just like, I took the shot. It is what it is. Right. I respect that.
I mean, people, I think what happens is a lot of people are anonymous. We don't know who they are and stuff. So if they can take a shot at somebody who's relatively known, their day's been made. But they have to understand, it doesn't bother me. I hate my Twitter account when people fight each other, and then they fight each other with things that are not even true. So then I get pissed off and say, okay, let's stop this shit. Let's slow it down. But when they come after me, that's been my life, so it doesn't bother me.
You know what, Terry, what you said, when you're in this business, like seriously, this is no joke, and I'm not saying this to feel sorry for Terry or feel sorry for me. You get some of the meanest, angriest, most vile things you could ever imagine. And I have no other way to explain this than to use the analogy that I think really fits, Terry, and you tell me if this fits you. I think the first few times it happened, I was stunned. And just some of the things that people said. Like, as a human being, you're like, dude, how can you say that to another human being? Like, and if that makes me sound like a goody two-shoes, so be it. But then, you know what happens? Like, this callus grows. And it doesn't grow this thick. It grows this thick. This isn't a challenge to some troll out there, okay? Please don't misconstrue, all right? But, like, it is amazing. It just rolls right off you now.
Yeah, but the thing that makes me upset is they can attack you, and then sometimes I'm in a goofy mood, so I call them, I attack them. And then they get all bitch hurt and, oh, you can't say that to me. I'm a family man. I'm all this. Well, motherfucker, so am I. So you can come after me, but when I say this, the slightest thing about you, like, ooh, don't do that. T, what you doing, man? If you can give it, you got to be able to take it.
Oh, no question about it. No. I think it was you. I didn't know if I was talking to you or if it was Joy. When the dude texted me my address, that's when it was on.
Right.
That's when it was almost like, I know where you live. And I was like, congratulations, I dare you to show up at my house.
So you turn into Papa Bear.
At that point in time, it's like, listen, I want you to come to my house. Show up at my door, talk shit. I want that.
So I can kick your ass.
But
here's the thing. A lot of people are real strong. They're bulls online. You call them. You run into them in real life. Nicest people in the world. Oh, I was just having a bad day. You're a good guy. I didn't mean to call you a butt fuck or whatever it is. I really like you. And then they're like, I said, well, okay, where'd this person come from?
Right.
But that's...
Yeah.
That's it.
No, it especially, in this past year, if you do anything that deviates from the norm, it's just, listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Art, we didn't know each other last summer. I was crucified on an almost daily basis by people. You could go back and look at my timeline. I said it then, I say it now. The lockdown failed. It failed.
Do you think it's going to get worse with the people who decide, hey, I'm not comfortable with taking a vaccine? Like, I think that's when it's going to peak. Like, it's going to be all-out war. If you didn't get this vaccine, you are the enemy, and we're going to call you out on social media. And to where, it's liberty of choice. Like, I get the importance of it. I just don't know how I feel right now. Can I feel that way? No, not according to the internet. It's weird times.
We need 70% of the people to take it. We need our little herd, I can't even say it, herd immunity.
Yeah.
So, we do, sometimes, I do believe this, we need to take one for the team. We are a team. Americans or people of the United States, we are a team. And so we have to look out for each other. For instance, when we drive, we have to depend on the person next to us to stay inside their lane.
Oh, God help us all.
So that doesn't happen all the time. But
what made you decide, like, I'm going to do it? Other than, obviously, like, the 70% thing. Was there a part of you that was fearful? Was there a part of you that was worried?
I didn't want to get sick.
Okay.
And I know 5 or 6 people who died from COVID.
Yeah.
They just died, and they weren't fat. They're around my age. They just died. And some of them were even younger, too. So I didn't want to get sick. I have a real good friend who got COVID 2 months ago and is still feeling the effects of it. She can barely breathe. She can't go to the mailbox. And it's, even if you don't die, you could have some heart problems. You can have some permanent damage. So I already went through my thing like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm done until I die. That's the next thing. That's the next crisis I want. Is like, okay, T, you just got old and you died. So that's it.
You know what's interesting about this? And Lynn, I hope you don't mind that I point you out. Lynn said, I'm not taking the vaccine and I don't trust it. And Lynn, I think people should respect that from you. That's not going to happen. You know it as well as I do. It's not going to happen. But if that's your choice, if there's something that you just don't feel comfortable with, I'm not going to chastise you for it. I'm not. Terry, I told you I was on the fence, and we had a family conversation about it, and I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. What the heck? I'm going to do it.
Sure.
Whatever. I'm a relatively healthy guy and all that stuff, but to me, right now, and this was always my mindset about the masks, because so many people turn that into a personal freedom thing, and it's about control and everything. If you believe it or not, to me, is inconsequential. Really. To me, it's how quickly can we get through this? And if this helps me expedite that process of getting through all this bullshit,
yeah.
Okay, sure, I'm in. Count me in.
Here's my thing. All I want, and this is selfish. I want to go out to dinner and not be looking over my shoulders. I want to go to opening day. I want to go to Tigers games. I want to go to St. Patrick's Day last year, which I kind of snuck out this year and may have had a couple.
I think the fear for me is someone who somewhat agrees with Lynn. I'm on the fence with it because it's the unknown.
Sure.
So my thing is it's like, would I rather just get COVID and then have the antibodies, or would I rather take a shot that isn't FDA approved? Now, I respect people who take the shot. I think that's putting your selfishness in the background and just doing what you need to do for other people. So I commend you, Terry. I'm scared. Like, as an adult who has kids, like, I don't want my kids to get COVID, but I also don't want to take this shot and get sick from it, or, I think a lot of it is believing what's online, and it's 90% not true too.
You have to be careful about online.
Yeah.
Online is just so dangerous now because people just throw shit out and they don't research it. They'll get us from some blogger in their basement and just look at it as true. I'd rather take the shot, not worry about COVID, than keep floating around there and then worried about getting sick. And then COVID is like hit or miss. Okay, I'm going to give it to you, but you're going to be fine in 2 days. I'm going to get inside your body and I'm going to kill you. Or I'm going to get inside your body and you're not going to be able to breathe for a month.
That's exactly it.
You just don't know what's going to happen. So why not just take the damn shot, and then you're going to be fine, and then you don't spread it. But I've heard from so many people since I took the second shot about all these terrible things are going to happen. I'll probably pass out on this show at some point, but all these terrible things are going to happen to me. And so far, I don't even have a sore arm. Now, I took some Tylenol afterward, and I did my little arm like this, which you're supposed to do, and I'm cool.
Do you get flu shots?
Yeah. I wouldn't
Annually?
Huh?
Annually?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
I did it once and I got sick.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, I didn't do it for a long time because they had the swine flu.
Oh, yeah. Who can forget?
My aunt took a shot, and she died like 3 days later.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And then at some point, I kept getting sick, and then my wife was like, hey, I took my shot, and I'm dancing, and you're not. Come on. So I finally
See, but I commend you, Terry. Like, that's commendable. And I'm not doing it to kiss your ass. I mean that, because you had a family member who died from a shot, and you still...
Yeah, but I didn't do it for 30 years, though.
Right.
That was a long time.
But the fact that you did it now, and there's no FDA approval and everything, and you're like, man, I just want to get back to normal. I commend you for that.
Well, it's a flu shot, not swine flu.
Yeah.
But will this shot make you more blissful? I hope it. I mean, you're as blissful as can be. I don't want it to take away from any of the blissfulness, Terry.
No, you know what? If it takes away from my blissfulness, it'll be later on. It hasn't happened yet, but there is a chance on this show that I could become unblissed.
You're going to turn into Joy Bell?
That,
Please don't turn into Joy.
I could turn into Joy Bell. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, good.
Russell said, I got both shots. The only thing that hurt is when they slid the microchip into me. All right, more Terry Foster, Sean Baligian. So glad you could join us. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about the tournament today as well. And Terry had a great point about what's happening in everybody's bracket and maybe why we're not seeing bracket guys so much. We'll get into that. Don't go anywhere. Terry Foster, Sean Baligian. This is Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Well, hi. How are you? All right, can I just I have to finish one story. My kids have made fun of me for years, Terry. They call me, did you ever see the movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes. And I'm making fun of you now because that was fake. That little, hey, everybody.
Yeah, because I caught myself. Yeah, you know what? It was I was finishing. There's something happening in the sporting world that I'm involved in, so I can't say anything just yet, and it's not pertinent to, I think, a vast majority of people out there. But it was like 3, 2, 1. Hi, how are you? No, my kids have basically called me Bruce Willis. The character from Unbreakable. I don't get sick.
Is that the one where they fought in the in this big thing of water?
Yeah, and that
Okay.
that was his weakness and everything. So I'm not joking. I don't get sick, and so my kids have made that joke forever and a day. And it was funny because when I got the flu shot, my doctor suggested that I get the flu shot one year, and I got sick. And it was weird. It was like, what's going on here? You get the sniffles and things like that, but you know what I'm talking about. When you get knocked out and you got to lay down, it's like, I'm not doing anything today. I'm laying down. The smoker's calling to you. You know you're sick when guys like you and I don't even want to go heed the call of the smoker. And it was...
That's ridiculous.
And it was, Terry, it was literally one of those things. And so, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. Now, it could have been purely coincidental. It wasn't. Yeah, but I mean, the way my body reacted to it, and I told my doctor told me the same thing. He goes, okay, so now we know not to give you another one. I was like, cool, that's great. So I think a lot of times the fear thing. Art, you said something, just to finish the conversation. You know, as crazy as this sounds, you use the term scared, right?
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I'm one of these, when it's my time, it's my time.
And
seriously.
Yeah.
Scared isn't the word. You know what it is? I don't want to get fucking sick.
Well, and I think it's just a sign of caution. Like, I'm just cautious because, if you or a loved one has died from mesothelioma or whatever, you see all those ads, but like with these shots that are coming out, the government isn't responsible if something happens to you. Now, I'm not Alex Jones over here, InfoWars, not at all. I'm looking at it like I've gotten one flu shot in my life, and it was because my son was about to be born, and the nurses and doctors told me it would be a good idea to get a flu shot. When I hear stories from Terry, though, and he's like, listen, I've been through the health battles. I've lost family members to shots, and he's still doing it. I kind of really have no excuse other than stubbornness. I'm on the fence about it, but I'm leaning more towards, do I want to enjoy the life that I had and not have the chance of infecting other people? Then maybe I should just be an adult and get the shot. But there is a part of me...
Well, we're all different, though.
That's
worrisome.
Exactly it. Yep. That's Terry, you nailed... as we talked about at the very beginning, the way this affected people. And yeah, I have one of my oldest friends. When he got it, we were all terrified because he's not... I'm not being mean. He's not the most healthy person. And we were terrified. And privately, we all had a conversation going, this isn't good. And you know what he told me? I had the sniffles for a day. And we were like, thank the Lord. But I don't want to roll those dice.
Right.
well, it's not going to affect me. Well, I don't know that. So, you know what? I just don't want to get sick.
You don't know, but what I did when everybody was telling me how sick I'm going to be, I would say, you know what? I don't want to hear it because I'm going to be positive. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
So far, so good.
Big Ten basketball. I saw, was it you that tweeted it the other day? I don't remember. There were a few different tweets where I can hear Drew Sharp cackling.
Yeah, that was me because Drew had this little, he would go, no, but he had this song that he would sing and most people didn't hear it. And he would just go around saying, oh, the Big Ten sucks, the Big Ten sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. He's just singing that stupid song all the time. I can hear him cackling and singing that song. We heard how the Big Ten was so strong, but there's a bigger picture here.
Yes.
Don't we always overvalue the Big Ten?
100%.
When I was like this tall, the Big Ten was the best football conference in the nation. And then we would make excuses for it. Like Ohio State and Michigan mostly, and other teams would go play in the Rose Bowl and just get drilled by USC or Washington or something. We always say, well, the only reason that happens is because they beat each other up, and then they have to go out to the West Coast. And I'm like, come on, we come with the excuse. Now, this year, we're saying, oh, the Big Ten is the best conference in the country. Then I heard this too. Oh, the only reason they lost is because they beat each other up during the regular season. That's baloney.
Oh,
That's not true. We overvalue because I think the reason it's an older conference. It's in the Midwest, and we have a lot of large TV markets, and so and it's our own. So we always have to think it's the best.
Terry, it's funny. I have had these arguments around here for so long. In regards to football. And I would always use this term based on what? When I would hear the people talk, in particular in football.
Right.
We're the best. We're the best. Why? Well, because. Okay, based on what? What are the big wins you're getting? And it was funny because when you walk down that road with people, it's their choice. Either you're going to believe it or you're not. But what we do oftentimes, I think you've lived this, is we go, oh, yeah, how good's the SEC? Our 8-4 team knocked off their 8-4 team.
Right.
And I always say, do we look at number 20 in the rankings? Do we start there or do we look at the top?
Look at the top.
Our
Meanwhile,
top teams
Alabama
consistently lose.
Beat your big ass team 50-0,
Bam.
something like that.
Bam. And it would drive me. There was a period of time, like it was like from between 2009 and like 2013, where like there was nothing to show. It was like, well, our number 19 beat your number 20. Well, then clearly that makes us the best. And then there was that couple-year period where Michigan State won a few games against highly rated opponents, and Ohio State did. But you have this conversation with people, and you know what people say? And this is my favorite quote, and I've had this conversation with some people here. Why are you being a hater? Speaking factually, he's a hater?
Yeah, because we have to support everything around us except Ohio State.
Yes.
You have to say everything nice about your local teams. Then you have to branch out and be nice to the Big Ten. You have to be nice to the MAC and everything. But then if you see something and say, okay, this doesn't add up. They just got beat 52-28, and I'm still supposed to talk them up.
Yeah.
No, you have to use your eyes, your minds, and say, okay, there's something wrong with the brew here. It's not as great as we think it is. We're supposed to, we're still supposed to say that the Big Ten is great, and it's not.
And, well, you know what? And I go through this all the time with my friends who are Michigan fans, although they haven't been yelling at me too much the last couple of years. It's you know what? It hasn't been what you grew up with. They've been an also-ran for almost 2 decades now. I mean, literally. Right. They've been an also-ran for almost 2 decades now, and people get mad at you when you point these things out. And I think the whole Jim Harbaugh angle, that this was finally going to be the time where they told Sparty or Ohio State and the world, nope, we're back. This was right. And so now here we are, we're almost 6 years deep on that. and we're still waiting and coming off an awful season. And I always, Terry, the word that I use is it's misguided anger. You know, if they yell at you, Terry, why are you dogging Michigan like that? Well, are you mad at Terry Foster? Or are you mad at what's happening on the field? Are you mad at Sean Baligian? Are you mad at it's easier to get mad at the guy who's telling you you aren't what you think you are.
Right. Because just wait, it's going to turn around. You're being impatient. But, you know, for instance, I thought Illinois was going to go to the Final Four
Me
this
too.
year. Really thought that. I looked at them and said,
They're my
okay,
champion.
They look good. But couldn't get past Sister Jean. I don't know what's in her denture cream, but boy, she's rough. I do not want to face that team early in the Final Four. Yeah, I'll face them, but early on, no. I don't want to see Sister Jean
No.
with her old shrivelly ass. I said, all right, I love you, but get out of here. Wheel her ass out of the arena. I don't want to see Sister Jean.
I've had enough. It's cute. It's been a fun story, but
I love Sister Jean. Now, what's going to happen is if they make the Final Four, then the haters going to come out. I'm tired of Sister Jean. You know, she's got a mustache. So what? She's old. She's 101. But the haters will come out because then Loyola won't be cute anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's funny. You know, my son goes to school at DePaul, which isn't too far from Loyola. So he a couple of years ago when they made that run and everything, he goes, "The parties there, Dad." It was like everybody just conversed. I was like, "Yeah." So I'm guessing you're pulling for Loyola a little bit. But Terry, you brought up a great point. Now, bracket guy. There's one guy in my bracket. One guy. There she is. Bless her soul.
So sweet. I bet she was a cutie when she was young.
Can you find a photo of a young Sister Jean? Or what are the
she's
chances?
like 25.
That has never crossed my mind.
I'm
was
betting,
Sister Jean a hottie?
I bet
While you're
you
in?
when she was 25, she was a cutie. Not a hottie, but a cutie. There's a difference.
There is a massive difference, by the way. Yes, yes. Hottie and cutie. There is. No.
Now you got to go back
Anyway,
a little
so
that's a unibrow.
no.
Maybe I was wrong on that one.
No. Well, she seems like a sweet, wonderful human being. How's that? All right, you found another? No. No. No.
I'm convinced she's always been old.
Yeah, because that's in her 50s. So
she just got back shopping at Wrigley's, Terry. Yeah, she was shopping at Wrigley's in that photo. You have another one for us, Art?
Come on, you gotta
Art,
go back.
can you find one younger? Now I'm infatuated by it.
You know
I
what?
must find
did
a
they
younger.
have film 80 years ago?
Here is the youngest.
We may not be able to go back that
Here
far.
is the youngest photo of her.
Okay.
That's as young as I can find.
Y'all ain't right.
God bless
They didn't have cameras back then, Sean. Like, I cannot find an image of her any younger.
Yeah, they had that camera with the big strobe up there. Poof.
Like Matthew Brady
Right.
taking those pictures of Lincoln. Okay,
Yep.
Mr. Lincoln. You know,
Smile.
Sister Jean was there. The bulb didn't work for her. But no, you know what, Terry? I had one guy. I'm in a bracket that I've been in for years, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I just do poorly in it every year. I mean, I really need to stop thinking about it and just start filling names out. I mean, honestly.
Right.
Time out. English model Chrissy Shrimpton, the younger sister of Jean, is right here. She's not bad.
That's not her younger sister. Get outta here.
Supposedly. The internet never lies.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Are you serious?
According to this article, it is the younger sister of Jean
I can work
Shrimpton.
with that.
Yeah. So
She looks like she should be at some Andy Warhol thing, though, doesn't she?
She should,
She's got
but
that. Like she's one
I'd
of
be
his
sitting next to her
muses.
talking to her.
Yeah. She should be one of those muses. No, Terry, you brought up a great point. This is the type of year, the way that this bracket's going. If you hear somebody saying, "Yeah, my bracket's busted," find me somebody whose bracket isn't busted right now.
But this year, the most ignorant people about college basketball, they're going to win it.
Absolutely.
They're going to, why did you pick that team? I just liked them. Cute colors. The coach was nice, and I live 5 miles from there, or I visited there for my family vacation, and so I picked him. So it's not going to be any college basketball knowledge that's going to win these brackets this year, and that's fine. It's a crapshoot anyway. You don't actually know who's going to win these games.
Absolutely. Terry, I've seen this tournament 1,000 times, and it's so funny to nerds out there, okay? You know what you do? You sit down and you look up different things, and you put too much thought into it. And God is my witness, I think it punishes you. Because the one undeniable thing about the tournament is expect the unexpected. I mean, that's what makes this tournament such a beautiful thing.
That's why they call it March Madness.
Yep.
Because if it was all predictable, then it wouldn't be fun.
Steve said, well, this team has cute purple jerseys, and purple's my favorite color. Oh, absolutely.
Bam.
That's the type of stuff that you're dealing with, you know?
I have only won. See, I don't do brackets anymore. I'm one of those guys. I just don't do. Either I forget or just don't care enough. But I won one time, and when I won that, I filled out my bracket in probably 6-7 minutes. And then when you're sitting there thinking like, there's no way they can beat them, but maybe they could if this happens, if somebody gets hot, then that's when you fuck up.
Yep. Do you know what I did? Seriously, I won one time, and I remember when it was. It was the Fab Five. It was the Fab Five, and I think everybody kind of took that. The guys that I knew, there's no way that this team of freshmen is going to make it to the finals. Yeah, and I had them going to the finals against Duke, as fate would have it. So
last one I won, I think we were both at 11:30.
For real?
Yeah, that's when I won it.
No kidding.
Stoney always has a bracket, and so I won it.
The Stoney Media and Friends bracket?
Yeah, I won $350.
Yeah,
I was more excited about the money than the accomplishment. I needed some money. So I had 350 bones, and
the good time had by all. All right, we'll talk some more tournament coming up in a little bit. Of course, the news over the weekend, and I think this coincides with what we started with today, 8,000 fans now allowed at Comerica. Anyone vaccinated is allowed to participate in residential gatherings with no masks. The Michigan Department of Health updated mask and gathering epidemic to allow 20% in outdoor stadiums. That was a common sense decision. There's no doubt about that. I think people like me and Terry, we live in a world today, unfortunately, where if you're asking questions, that must mean that you don't believe COVID is real. It's an all or nothing society. We'll get into that more when we come back. He's Terry Foster. I'm Sean Baligian. It is a pleasure to have you with us today here on Woodward Sports.
Welcome to Crumble Cookies! It is Joey from Woodward Sports, and this is my new favorite spot where I like to spend my time because they have the best cookies I've ever had in my entire life, and you won't regret coming here and trying them. Located off of Rochester Road, right next to the Imagine Theaters in Rochester Hills, it's Crumble Cookies. Come try these delicious cookies. They even got their own app. They got curbside pickup. They got delivery. You won't regret it. Just come try for yourself. You'll thank me later. I promise.
Hey, March Madness has been crazy so far. My bookie is offering a shot at a share of $10,000 with the My Bracket contest, and it's only a $1 entry. Of course, NBA tipping off all the time, UFC, NHL action going on. Regardless of your favorite player or team, whether you're betting first or third period totals, you've got a choice from thousands of lines and prop bets on all sports, and it's all in one place at My Bookie. But you have to take the initiative. Do yourself a favor, get the head start by signing up today with promo code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. That is free cash credited to your account instantly on top of your deposit. The best part is you always have access to the action, whether you're at home or on the go. Visit the website online or on your phone at mybookie.ag and use promo code Woodward to grab yourself a deposit bonus. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with My Bookie. Steve asks, is that the last time Sean had Michigan in the finals? I don't think so. I think I had him in 13. I don't remember. But I'm not that guy. I can put aside my I don't like you or I like you thing when I'm doing a bracket. You know why,
business,
Terry?
then.
Business.
Right.
Money.
Right. People have this this false narrative. They think that everybody in the media either loves Michigan State and hates Michigan or loves Michigan and hates Michigan State.
Couldn't agree more.
Because if you say anything bad about one of the schools, that means you hate them and you love the other school. That's not true. No, our job is to gather facts, use our heads, use our eyes, and come up with a decision. Sometimes we're going to shit all over your school. Sometimes we're going to embrace them. Doesn't mean we hate them, but that's just juvenile stuff from fans.
Well, and I think in this town, let's be honest, there are some people that have been carrying the water for a long time in regards to Michigan. And there's just no other way to say that. And that's why I've had it out with so many Michigan fans, and in particular Michigan football fans, because you want to be told something. You need to be told something that you're not. I'm not going to do that. That's not my job. And conversely, you know what the flip side to that is, Terry? If you are something big and I don't call you something big, that's on me.
Right.
At that point in time, I am being the, I hate this word, hater. If you guys are putting together a fantastic season, you win the Big Ten, and I'm poo-pooing it, well, then I'm an ass. I'm not doing my job. And unfortunately, I think there have been a lot of water carriers in this town. I'm not getting personal. I'm just shooting straight with you.
They're ass kissers. I mean, they're like, no matter what happens, the product is good. No matter what happens, the future is bright. No matter what happens, this coach is doing a great job. That's what you got to be careful about that.
It's been perpetuated into their fan base. If we're going to be adult about it and have a conversation, I mean, every Michigan quarterback, the next quarterback's the greatest quarterback ever. You're talking about 2 Heismans. Next year is great. Look who we have back. You're an idiot if you don't see it. And we've been playing this game for a long time now, and yet people somehow get mad at me or you or anybody else for saying, haven't we had this conversation before? And
right.
Terry, I've always
Milton
said this.
was supposed to be the next great thing.
Terry, I've always felt this way, and you tell me if you disagree with this. I've always felt there's such an interesting dynamic around here because Michigan fans tell you surely what's going to happen next year. They tell you before it happens that it's going to happen.
Right.
And Michigan State fans are more and wait until it happens and then tell you it happened. I mean, that's the dynamic. Yeah, that's the dynamic between the two.
Then they become assholes when it happens, if it happens. It's true.
I'm not arguing. They're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
I'm married
Michigan,
to one.
Yeah.
This woman becomes the biggest asshole when Michigan State is winning. She just walks around. I'm a Sparty, goddammit. You know, she's like, I was like, who is this? And then she used to bring this. Oh, Michigan is losing 14-0. I said, yeah, but your team is down 31-7. It doesn't matter.
Oh. There was somebody that we worked with that was doing that to me one day. I remember Antoine Randall L. lit up the Spartans one day. I mean,
I was at that game.
Okay, went off. And it was funny because after the game, somebody that we worked with, I bet you can figure out who, literally said to me, yeah, but Michigan's losing. And I go, wait.
Right.
Antoine Randall L. just went superhuman on Michigan State. Like, we all have to come to grips with the fact that this guy isn't working. But that's where your head's at. It drove me out of my mind.
I remember we interviewed him in the end zone after that game. And I'm trying to ask this dude questions, but he's like this tall. And the only thing going through my mind is this little shrimp destroyed Michigan State. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Terry, one of my biggest issues with this, and this is where I'm having, where I've had some back and forth with some COVID people, is you know as well as I do, you aren't allowed to question things anymore. And if you question things, then clearly somehow we skip like 8 different exits. Somehow we go from asking a question to, oh, you don't think COVID's real? And I've always said we're either going to trust science or we aren't. And I think what we've done, and whether people want to admit it or not, in this state is we've we've done it, and then at other times we haven't done it. And so when people like me say, can you show me the data behind that? I make me understand. Oh, you're a denier. No, I'm not a denier. I just want to understand. Terry, I adamantly felt that the decision to limit the fans in Comerica Park was one of those decisions. It didn't make sense based on some of the other decisions. All the calls from people like me saying, what is the science to back this up, were never answered. And so finally, where did we get to? We got to the point where, okay, we got 8,000 fans here.
But you have to understand, politicians don't understand sports. You know, probably someday, you know, somebody hit it. Oh, wow, Comerica Park is outdoors, and they got 40,000? That probably hit them and said, well, maybe we should make an adjustment. So a lot of those people don't understand sports. They don't understand the dynamics. They don't know the stadiums. And then so they make some rash, dumbass decision and say, well, science told me this. No, science didn't tell you that. Nobody in the scientific community told you to limit the fans to 1,000 in Comerica Park in an open-air stadium. No scientist told them that. They made that decision based on we didn't really know what was going on, and then they adjusted.
Sure.
And maybe the lesson in all this, instead of us bitching and moaning about it, maybe we should wait and see if they come to their senses.
And they did. Got to give them credit. They made the right decision. You know what I'm going to be intrigued to see? What kind of market is there going to be for Tiger tickets? I'm serious. Because there are people like you and I, Terry, and we've talked about this in the shows that we've done together. Point blank, I can't wait to go back to the park. I'm serious. I cannot wait to go back to the park. And even though we got rid of our season tickets a few years back when my son went to school, I still go a bunch of times in the summer. I like going with him. I like going with my boys. I'll go with you and do the Foster out on the back deck and everything. But the question is, is there now going to be a situation where, I don't know, there's price gouging, where there's a black market because there's so few tickets?
Oh, yeah, bring your money. Oh, no, can't bring your money. It's got to be all credit card.
Yes.
So make sure that credit card is in good shape because they're going to get you. You know, I don't like going to sporting events because it's too damn expensive. And I don't feel that I get my money's worth. You know, if something costs $100 and I feel like, okay, you know, I got my money's worth, I'm okay with it. But if you spend $100 and you're like, damn, this is what all I get, that pisses me off. So sports has a captive audience. They know we'll pay anything, and they keep going up on prices just to see if we'll say, you know what, I'm not going to buy this or I'm not going to go to the game. And you know, it hasn't reached that point yet. So far, before COVID and probably after COVID, we just spend anything.
Yeah.
Because we are so in love with the product. Now, on opening day, I may not go to the ballpark. I just want to hang out, talk to people, drink some beers, have some dogs or French fries or whatever. Maybe some fried chicken, whatever is on the menu. Just have a good old time. But people are going to go in that ballpark, and everything's going to be through the roof. And you know what? They'll pay it because they haven't been to a game in over a year. They're outside. They're having a good time. It doesn't matter if the Tigers are down 13-2. I'm in this ballpark, so I'll pay whatever.
It's really funny because, Terry, true story, for 2 years after we got rid of our season tickets, they kept calling me, the ticket people, and it's their job. I take no offense at that. But they kept calling me and enticing me, and I had to tell them 100 times, look, I didn't get rid of the tickets because the team has fallen flat on their face. I didn't get rid of the tickets even because of the price, even though it became exorbitant. There's no doubt about it. When they started to do the premium game thing, and I think anybody who's had tickets, I'm not sure if you know about this.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime it was, it was the Yankees, the Red Sox,
Cleveland,
Mike Trout, and Cleveland. Anytime those teams were in town, it was called a premium game.
Right.
So where the price of my ticket would go from, I think it topped out for the premium game in our seats at $46. $46 a seat. Okay? And then what would happen, they tried this the last couple of years. They really weaseled this one in. They did anything after Memorial Day until Labor Day was considered a premium game.
Oh, that's not right.
Any weekend game. It was a premium game. That's just the way. There was no rhyme or reason to it. Now, weekdays was different, in fairness to them, but any weekend game, when the Tigers were at home on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that was a premium. If the Red Sox were here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that was premium.
But you know what they should do? In April and November, or they don't play in November, but April and October sometimes when it's cold, it should be an unpremium game.
Yes.
Reduce it.
Absolutely. You want to bring people in, they'll come. And it was funny because, Terry, I said to them, I said, listen, that had nothing to do with it. It's my son went away to school. My daughter and my wife have zero interest in going to the game. I'm not going to, every game going, hey, Art, what are you doing today? Hey, Terry, what do you do? Would you like to go down to the ballpark? I'm not going to do that. And I think, Terry, that one man's opinion, I think they kind of got caught. It'd be one thing if the team was good. The team hasn't been good for a while. They're not going to be good this year. And I think a lot of people did back out because of that. Wait a second. What are you charging me these premium prices for?
Right.
To see this product and openly telling us, yeah, guys, we're in a rebuild for now what, 6 years? Come on now.
We went to a game at Yankee Stadium, and the ballpark was pretty much filled except between the first and third base, lower deck, which you would think those are the best seats. That's because the Yankees tried to jack those tickets. It was like $1,250.
Yep.
Because you're in New York and it's the Yankees, and people said, no, we're not going. So you have this packed ballpark except the premium seats. Nobody's there.
I'm going to ask you to gaze into your crystal ball because I have been asked this more times than you can shake a stick at, okay? It is what, March 22nd?
Yes, sir.
Let's fast forward. You ready to fast forward with me?
Let's go.
Let's jump in. We're going to jump in the time machine.
I love doing that.
It is now late August. The Lions are about to start the season. Michigan State are about to start up. How do you, as you gaze into the Terry Foster crystal ball, how do you see it playing out for college football around here and for the NFL around here? Is it different for the Lions because they are in an enclosed stadium?
I think it'd be similar to Comerica Park. They'll have maybe 6,000 or 8,000 in Ford Field. If people like Mr. Peabody over here take their shot, you might get $20,000, $30,000, not dollars, but people at Michigan Stadium and Spartan Stadium. So that's what I see.
Yeah, how far off until that becomes a reality?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, that's exactly what I'm asking.
They're saying April 5th, everyone could get vaccinated. So let's say that takes, what, a month and a half? I mean, by summertime, could we have full capacity?
Do you know what I'm intrigued about, Terry? I'm intrigued to see how it is down at Ranger games and how it is down in Florida, where they're just going like this, or screw it.
Right.
Screw it. I wonder if that's almost like a petri dish that after a couple months, if you don't get these giant outbreaks, maybe they'll be more apt to say, all right, we're not going to cram 105,000 people into Michigan Stadium. Maybe we'll do 50,000. I don't know the answer to it. And because that's what a lot of people...
I think it'll be closer to 30,000.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope so.
They're not going to roll the carpet out right away because there's still this battle between safety and business, and I think as long as we have Governor Whitmer, it's going to be on the lower end. It's not going to be 50, 60,000, but they'll have to let people in there.
Yeah, I'm intrigued because it's that's one thing that in recent years my son and I have been able to do that for a decade now. Michigan State has always played that first game, that Friday night game. Mm-hmm. And it works out perfectly. It's like I don't have a game that night. When he was in high school and now in college. So we always go to that game. That's been a fun thing, Terry, where I'm sure you can relate with B. We get on campus at 10 o'clock in the morning, start doing our tailgate thing. Game kicks off at 6, 7, whatever the case may be, and it's just a fantastic day. That was another thing that I missed off my, sports calendar last year. And I think a lot of people did as well. Interesting. I'll ask you guys as well. Is this something? Are you going to be? Are you going to be all in? Are you going to go? And yes, Steve, I would make you my +1 if you were around here. Let's go. You can go to the game with me. Are you kidding me? I don't have the tickets anymore. But are you going to be the type of person that's going to line up to go to these games? Because
are you going down opening day?
Me? No.
No.
I'm going to avoid it like the
Mr.
plague.
Peabody?
I will admit fully right now, and I hate to say this, I have never been to a Tigers opening day. And I was born in Detroit, and it's embarrassing. And I have a Detroit tattoo. I embrace the city of Detroit. But
you need to come with me, Mr. Peabody.
I would love to. Listen, I don't drink, and baseball.
Oh, that's right.
When it comes to the list of sports that are important to me, baseball really does fall to the bottom. It's just like golf. I find it fairly boring as a millennial, gen whatever. I would love to go. I would go this year. But I don't know. It's so.
You seem like an event guy, though.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love it. It's just, my one friend that I have.
Changing yourself.
Yeah.
And you can walk around drinking 7-Up or Pepsi. Doesn't have to be booze in there.
So opening day's coming up April 1st. Mm-hmm. Are you going, Terry?
I'm going. I got clearance from Dr. Fauci.
Now listen, don't Joik Bell me right now. You're saying I need to go with you. I'll go with you.
I'll be down there.
Oh, see? He said it. I'll be down there. You got to find your own way.
He's not going to the game, though.
No, but I would go just to walk around, and maybe I could cover it for Woodward.
Woodward's going to be down there.
I didn't get the invite.
No, actually, you are. It's going to be part of your work schedule, brother. You're probably going to be down there.
What time is the game?
Yeah, I'm wondering, are we going to be down there?
I'm not sure about every show. Yeah, we need to get us.
The game's at 1, though, and I've got to be here producing this great show. I don't know. There's a lot of.
What if they do the show downtown?
Now see. He said no, please no. Hey, and afterwards we're gonna cover the new Super Bowl too coming up.
That's right.
Okay, all right, no, all right. He's a guy that Terry. There's nothing worse than doing your show down there. It's an absolute circus.
It is tough.
But listen,
it's a circus.
We're not on radio. They could come up and swear and drink and get drunk and everything. I think it would be a great experience for you, Sean. You need to step out of your comfort zone.
No.
You haven't covered any of these big games before.
No.
I almost got into a fight doing radio down there.
I love the
Tigers.
They're so good.
What was
that? It wasn't that. I tell you what pissed me off. This white guy was ragging me about not living in the city of Detroit. I'm like, no. I said, dude, leave me alone. And he just kept going on and on and on and on. I said, is this America? He said, yeah. I said, I'm allowed to live anywhere I want to. He said, well, yeah, but you should live in Detroit. I said, why? He wouldn't say it. I said, because I'm black, right? So I got to live in Detroit. So I was arguing with this guy. And then he starts to front me. Like, he's going to fight me. I said, come on, let's roll.
Yeah, right.
Hey, can we get one last time? Fish, the guy that approached Terry, what did he say? Go
Let's head to the aquarium. Fish, what did he say, the guy that approached you?
Oh, I love the Tigers. They're so, the guy's drunk, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Tigers so good. Woo! Go Tigers! Woo! I was actually doing an impersonation of what would happen if we went down to Tigers.
I almost want to get my
game.
kids, because my kids did, like 1 year, there were so many drunks, and they were going, Shawnee B! And so my kids to this day will go, Shawnee B! Like, to this day. I mean,
how many hugs did you get from old
it's incredible.
fat guys?
I love you, bro. I love you too, man. What do you say?
Okay. And then the women, they're like, hey, what's up? Why you bothering this guy? And their boyfriend's like, hey, well,
take
come on.
a shower.
It's final. It's final. We're going to the game. I gotta see it. I gotta see it in real life.
You're gonna stay home. I might stick an extra day in Florida now. That's just
So I'm gonna have my people with me. Hopefully,
I don't want anything to do with it. All right, we'll talk about it. There's certainly some funny stories.
We're going.
It's right around the corner too. I mean, it's like people. It's like, oh yeah, like the end of next week. Yeah, it's opening day.
And I'll be back next Monday, so we'll really twist his arm.
I'm not going to be here Monday.
Oh damn. I thought you weren't going to be here Thursday and Friday. It's Thursday, Friday, and
Thursday,
Monday?
Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So,
Damn.
As fate would have it, my first day back scheduled is the first.
From Comerica Park. Okay.
Yep, from the baseball stadium.
Sounds great. You're going to have a good time.
Don't go anywhere. Terry Foster, Sean Baligian, the noose is there. Glad you could join us, Woodward Sports. Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Okay, I did not understand what you were just saying.
I've been to one Lions game, and it was Brett Favre's last game. That was pretty awesome. Right? Yeah, when he played the Vikings, and it was at Ford Field. Yeah, I went to that game. That was awesome. I've been to a couple Red Wings games, never been to a Tigers game. Never stepped inside of Comerica Park.
You've never been inside Comerica Park?
No, I've lived a sheltered life.
What about the LCA?
Yeah. I've been to a couple shows at LCA.
Saw the Red Wings games at JLA. Dude, we got to get you in there.
Terry, I'm with you, Terry. Listen, you know what? Not only are we going to have a catch, but I'm taking you to a Tiger game.
Can I say something, too? Joey has been to multiple Red Wings games during this pandemic. Darren's always like, oh, yeah, I see Joey at the game. I direct his show. Never been invited. I'm just saying, I don't ask.
That's not right.
It's not right. It's not right. That's why Blissful Terry is my favorite Monday.
You know what Joy is afraid of? He's afraid of you kicking his ass in front of people at the arena. So he doesn't want no part of you.
Yeah, Darren doesn't want these problems either. I didn't say that. Can I turn my mic?
I'm stunned at that.
No.
I'm
and
really...
I was born 7 Mile and Mac area. Everything.
So did you ever go to Tiger Stadium when you were a little boy?
No. I went to the Silver Dome to watch the monster trucks.
Do you like sports?
I do. I like the environment. You had brought up something. The environment. Like people screaming. I love that. That is the best thing ever. Even if I'm not into it. Like I'm not a #1 Tigers fan, but I would go. Just...
You know what, Sean, don't look so surprised. There's a lot of people like Mr. Peabody over here. They don't go to sporting events. Yeah, now you probably been to concerts.
Oh, so many. Yeah. Shout out to the machine shop.
I've been done with concerts for so many years. I've morphed into the old guy.
Okay.
I'm not like Art, no joke. There's too much going on.
Okay, can I bring up a little agreement here?
Yes.
I will take you to the machine shop in Flint. It's a small venue. I think it's like $550, $750 cap. I'll take you to the shop. You guys take me to a Comerica. There we go.
See, here's the difference, though. Can I tell you what the difference is?
That you have way more fun watching a concert than watching people.
I don't have any interest in seeing a concert at any venue. Like, it's done. It was a great time. Well, I mean, I went and saw Metallica one summer, like 10 different times. Oh, Metallica, we can be there in 4 hours. Let's go. Right? It was great. It was fun. Yes, I mosh pit. True story. Did it all. Yes.
And you mosh pit at a Metallica?
Yeah, I did. It was awesome.
See, I love concerts because the music sounds so different than on the albums and stuff. So it's like you're getting a different experience. It's the same group, but you're getting a different experience listening to your music. We got to get him to go to a concert.
But I've been. That's the difference. You've never been to Comerica.
I know, and you've never been to the machine shop. Tom's saying it's a great deal on YouTube. He's saying it's a great deal. I take you to a machine shop show. You're not going to be around a whole bunch of people. It'll be limited, but once they open up and...
All right, what is the machine shop?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a concert venue in Flint.
We got to go to Flint.
It sounds like a headache to me. I'm going to get a real
So we got to go to Flint to appease
Okay,
you.
let me make a deal. We'll go to the shop, then we'll go to a couple strip clubs. We'll have a Flint night.
Yeah, zero. Now.
Okay, now you're just no fun.
Yes. I'm old and
you
I want to go home and
syndrome.
nap.
You have old man syndrome. You're asleep right now.
What?
No. Wait, stop. You stop. Dude, you're taking us out of the 313, out of the 248. We're not even in the 5.
Listen, my name rings bells in Flint. We'll be safe. Look at me. I'm ripped. You ain't got nothing to worry about, Terry. Blissful Terry will turn into Pimpin' Terry. We go to some of those strip clubs.
So I can pimp in Flint.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. It's required. Don't even need a card.
right.
That's awesome.
I'm good.
Russ said it is a great place. Art, how about? Here's my deal to you. Okay, you ready? Here, this is my counteroffer to you.
Is this going to be another deal that you can't? We still haven't thrown a ball together.
Well, are you coming over April 17th?
Darren's doing a meet and greet in Clio with Trick. I don't know. I mean, it might. I don't know.
Okay. Here, how about this? How about I just take you to a Tiger game? It doesn't cost you anything, and I'll even buy you a little Tiger pennant. How's that?
Only if it's opening day. That's the only way.
It's not
See?
opening day. Yeah,
I'll give the tiger paws.
Yeah.
As a
Could
little
you
thing.
imagine Art? I made the players run off the field.
Oh,
You
no.
did, Art. I'm
Number
pinching
one.
Art's cheeks. Like when the inning's over, the players are all running off the field. Art, look what you did. They were so scared of your clock. I did that.
Can I ask
know what?
you how close are you with Paws?
Mr.
Can I get a
Peabody
picture?
would be very popular down there. You know why? Because he's got little rosy red cheeks.
Yeah.
I just
Women
want a picture
women
with
like
Paws.
that.
How
And
close
even
are you
some
with
of the
Paws?
Paw's a good dude.
Okay.
Paw's a good dude. You know, no, Art. You know what's funny? One and Terry, I know we probably at some point in time did something together down there. I've done so many shows down there. There was one year we were at opening day and we were at the now gone Chelly's. And it just so happens that day, you know, we had our season tickets and I allowed my son to blow off school that day. And so we're doing our show and my kid just looks miserable. You see the guy right there that looks miserable? My son looked like that. He's sitting in here going, why am I here? What am I doing here? There's 1,000 different things that I could be doing. And it was funny because Chelly walked up to my son. Well, I'm on the air, so I look over and Chelly's talking to my son. And then all of a sudden, he and Chelly go walk away.
Did they go to the room upstairs?
They went to the room upstairs. And I said to him, I go, did you take him to the room upstairs? He goes, not that room, the other room.
Oh, I was going to say, your son got laid.
So so I go, cool, and I'm going, oh gosh, I hope this isn't what I think it is. So the show ends and we're ready to go into the stadium, and I kid you not, and my kid was absolutely clueless. There he is with Chelly's boys. I mean, this is how cool Chris is. Mm-hmm. My son's sitting there with Chelly's boys who are a few years older than him. They're all playing Xbox on that giant screen TV, like that. And I was like, that was perfect, because my son doesn't want to listen to this crap.
Wait, what is... Time out. You guys brought something up. What was the room upstairs?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's the boom boom room.
Yeah. That's...
No, you would be worried if somebody took your son to give him a little nookie
Yes,
nookie?
he was like 11 at the time.
Oh, he was 11. Oh, okay, I thought he was.
Yes. So it was kind of funny. Like when the show's over, I'm going, there's the guy that I named my puppy after when I was a kid. There's his two sons that are playing at Michigan State. And there's my son all sitting at the couch, like playing Xbox and everything. Because it's like, you know what happens? I think it gets to be too, like Art, you'll see it. If there's a live show going on, there's just too much going around. There's just no, you got to call a timeout, dude. You really do. You got to call a timeout.
But you know what? Sometimes too much is good.
Yeah, I haven't experienced too much. I want to.
See, he doesn't know anything. He's a newbie over here.
I want to go to opening day and watch nothing but drunk white people throw up all over each other, make terrible decisions. I want the girl to say, "Oh my God, it's my birthday." We're not talking about D-Mac. I want the girl that because Darren. No, because Darren's birthday is on April 1st. I wasn't calling him a girl. I promise.
You are so dead.
I'm dead.
You are so dead.
I'm dead.
You are getting your ass kicked something fierce.
I just don't bring up olives around.
Yeah,
him.
but you know what? If you with D-Mac and you down there, you might get a little booty.
No, but I don't need booty. I have 5 kids.
Just saying,
I do not need any more
it's
booty.
going to be available, so
No.
be careful.
But I want that. Stick talks about it all the time. He's like, opening day's the best. Next to St. Patty's Day, it's just madness and people throwing up.
Don't listen to Stick. Stick is a little bit of a liar. He don't tell the truth all the time.
Isn't his name Twig to you? You call him Twig, right?
Yeah, he's Twiggy. All of y'all got nicknames.
Fish, you would be, something tells me, Fish, you would be like me. I just want to go in and watch a game and go home. Right? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sounds
don't need
about
the
right.
bells and whistles, right?
Nope.
Nah, Fish is a liar too. Fish comes off as, oh golly gee, you guys are too crazy and everything. He'll probably be the craziest dude there.
Yeah.
Fish, would you cut loose?
I don't think
Yes.
so. But if people say I'm
will.
going to, then I'm going to. I don't.
You know, you guys disgust me around here, man. just be real. Fish is a lunatic, but he tried to play out. I'm this 12-year-old kid, just happy to be around the guys and bring them their water. That's not true. This dude is nuts. Mr. Peabody's got a wild side to him.
You know what, Terry? Been there, done that, though. You know, I mean,
I know you've had a checkered past.
Checkered?
So you
That's
probably,
an understatement.
You know what? You're probably just tired.
Damn right.
You know, I feel like it's important for me to bring this up, Terry. You're saying that we're going to the game together. I know you like to drink. I'll be your DD for Blissful Terry. If you want to have a couple drinks, I mean, I'm good with a car. Haven't been in an accident in a very long time. I would offer that up to you. I want to see Terry cut loose.
I've seen.
You know what?
I'm not saying anything. How's that?
Maybe I don't want you to see that. Because right now, he's that's Blissful Terry. Then when you see Crazy Terry, you'll look at me in a different way.
You know what? It was awesome. It was I think you know what I'm even thinking about. It was awesome. We were at a bar on the east side. We had a really fun time once. It was really really fun. That's that checkered part that Terry was talking about. You know.
Yeah. If I'm going out, we're having fun. There's not going to be any sad faces or
now wait though
puking.
Hang on. Does Fauci know about that you're thinking about going out for opening day? I mean,
Fauci gave me permission.
She gave him the pass.
Yes.
Because you got the shot, you can go out and do what you want now.
Right.
Wow.
So Fauci has kept her word. She says, when I get my shot, 2 weeks later, do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Whew. Well, then we're going to have a Flint night then. We're going to have a Flint night. We need
go
to.
to Flint.
You guys are...
The Dort Highway.
The Dort Highway. Where the men are men and so are the women.
You know what? I have never hung out in Flint. Ever.
You know how long I've been saying that Woodward Sports needs to have a Flint night?
No.
You're included in it.
I've never...
You know what I love in Flint? The Halo Burger place.
Ooh, I got a better spot. Big John steak and onion trumps everything.
It's awesome. Yeah, well, you know, when you go up to State, there's that Big John's. There was that Big John's forever, right when you get off at Okemos. That's a great Big John sub's a great sub. I do love that Halo Burger though. Yeah,
but Halo Burger's like franchise. Big John Steak and Onion is true Flint. You need a Big John Steak and Onion. You need a strip club visit, and you need to possibly get into a fight.
I'm out. 1 out of 3. I go I'll eat the Big John's, and then I'll just hey guys, it was great. Go have fun getting in fights at the strip clubs.
What happened to you?
Yeah, you know what happened to me? You get tired.
Okay, I'll bring a portable TV, and you can watch your hockey at the strip club.
No, I'm not going inside. No.
Okay, what about drinking in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll do that. You're not going to the strip club?
No, I'm not going to the strip club.
Strip clubs are very overrated.
Yes.
Not the one in Flint. And the one in Flint, it's amazing. It's amazing.
The only strip club I had a really good time is called Galaxy 5000 in Tampa. Because, no, here's the deal. Galaxy 5000 is a strip club on the lower level. On top, they have a spaceship looking thing. And if you go into the spaceship, you almost guaranteed to get your knob polished. I'm telling you. So
I think it's a good time to go to break, Sean.
So you should go to the spaceship, man. It's a good time.
All right. Hey, if you feel good about your interest rate because it's in the 3s, Art, get over it and call Hall Financial because rates are now in the 2s. Be smart and make the call because you could be saving money. Hall Financial is fast and they do all the heavy lifting for you. So just go to davidhallmortgage.com now to get started. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention. D Hall's been taking care of people forever. Always appreciate you, D Hall. Terry, one quick note about the Tigers. When are people in mass going to start asking questions about the franchise and the direction that it's not heading? Because I think I've told you this before. One man's opinion, and I'm going to get your thoughts. The biggest free pass in this town is going to Al Avila, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe talk me off the ledge. Am I expecting too much? We'll get into that when we come back. Glad you could join us. Glad that Terry's here on a Monday morning. This is Woodward Sports.
I mean, we're inside Grow Green right now, and they have everything. I'm talking, you got your active air fans, you got your big lights over there, big pots, little pots, and Joey, what are you doing right now?
Get some sun.
That's not what those lights are for.
Feels nice.
Go to Grow Green MI today to get all your growing needs and a tan.
Hey, hope springs eternal, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? And the Tigers have some nice young pieces, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? They're going to stink again this year, right?
That is correct.
Have we accepted that? They're going to stink again this year. At what point in time are people going to stop talking about all these wonderful, beautiful prospects and start asking where are all these wonderful, beautiful prospects? Because we hear, they're myths now, right? We hear about the myth of Terry Foster. Oh, Terry Foster's lighting it up in Erie. We hear about the myth of Sean Baligian. Oh, you should see what Sean Baligian's doing down in Toledo. But more often than not, we have not seen these guys do what they were supposed to be doing here.
And aren't they kicking Matt Manning down the road a little bit? I thought he's supposed to be it.
Ryan Perry, Matt. I mean, just bring all those names out there. But Terry, am I being too hard on the Tigers? I honestly, the free pass that Al Avila gets in this town, I don't get it. I'm mystified at it.
Well, because the reason is his boss is not ready to spend big money yet. Mm-hmm. So I think we're trained like little seals. Unless they're spending, they're not really contending. So that's not Al Avila's fault. That's the Illich's fault. So there's no other sport where you can say, okay, they're not spending, so they're going to be bad. So we're going to give the general manager a free pass, but we will do it in baseball. And that's pretty much what we're doing right now. How many more years is he? I have to believe this is the last year that we're giving him the free pass.
I hope so. Because it's, the thing that blows my mind, and I always tell this to people, it's like, it's not like he hasn't had a paycheck before, and he hasn't had, the checkbook, because who gave that awful Zimmerman contract out? Right. Mike Pelfrey, Lowe, so many of that first year he was on the job, he made so many bad signings. Terry, it's weird to me, but yet everybody gets into this. No, everything's great because we have all Scooble and how many catchers of the future have we had just in the last 3 years?
And your starting catcher is going to be an old guy from another team.
Right. Yeah. I don't. So for the life of, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. This goes back to Terry, what we were talking about earlier. I would love nothing more than the Tigers to be a competitive baseball team. I'm telling you, it was so much fun having a front row seat, so to speak, in 06 and, being there for all those magical games, especially being there with my son and, the run in 12 and 13 is the one I'll never get over it and everything. I don't want you to misconstrue. Yes, of course I want the Tigers to do well. But to me, Terry, we're in this weird place right now where people are going, oh, if you can't see what's going on, you don't get it. Well, how many years are we going to say that?
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Here's why.
All right.
I got filled with some Willie Horton. And Willie Horton, love him, childhood hero. But if you talk to Willie Horton, which I did, I think I talked to him last year. Oh, these guys are going to be fantastic. They're going to. He thinks they're going to surprise you this year.
Yep.
That you're not going to be saying those things about the Tigers. These prospects are coming, and they are looking fantastic. So I am sure I'm not the only person who's talked to Willie Horton, because he fills you with stuff. And you're like, oh, Willie wouldn't lie to me. He's a good guy. So I'm filled with Willie Horton crap.
Yeah.
We have to make this the last year.
It's got to be.
Definitely.
And it's interesting because last summer, and look, last summer was the weirdest summer we'll ever have. But I remember when the Tigers, what were they at? Like 18 and 19 or something, or maybe they got to 500.
And we had a party.
It was embarrassing. And normally I would be the guy going, look at yourselves. But being COVID and all that, I kind of backed off and I said, people are looking for anything right now, okay? So I'm not going to be that guy that calls you out. Not this time. But now can we look back and go, that was one of the worst teams in baseball. What exactly were we celebrating? What exactly were we celebrating?
Well, we are easy around here. What we saw is the Tigers weren't 3-25 or something ridiculous like that. People think if you're around 500, the next step is you're going to be above 500. They never see you going back to what you are.
Yeah.
Oh, you're around 500, so you're going to be 10 games over 500 if you can win these games. And I know the Yankees haven't lost in a month, but if we beat them 3 out of 4 times, we're right in it. I'm like, okay, where does that come from? That's just Detroit.
We grew up in an era, too, where I think it makes it more difficult. And I know you had a front row seat for this. I think a lot of teams, and I know, I'm going to call me out. I was always the guy that I used the bad boys as a reference point. Right. Because you had couldn't get past Neek and the Hawks. Couldn't do it. Got past Neek and the Hawks. Couldn't get past Boston. Got past Boston. Couldn't get past L.A. Got past L.A. Voila, look what we have. We have 2 championships in a row.
Right.
So my mind from the time I was a little kid always thought the exact way that you described. Okay, so it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this, and it's going to do this, and then it's going to do, and then we're going to have the biggest party ever.
Right.
And how often does that actually happen?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Even if you progress, there's like some regression here, and you kind of go down. But what the bad boys had is they had a leader in Isaiah Thomas who pushed them. Said, no, we're not talking about doing this. We are going to do this. And people kind of bought in. He pushed an organization because, to me, the Pistons at the time were organization. Okay, you just want to win our 50 games, sell it out, and have a good time and party. Isaiah said, no, that's not good enough. We're going to win championships. I'm not here to win 50 games and then get knocked out of the playoffs in the second round. So you had someone pushing the narrative. We don't have that player in any organization now that's going to push an organization and make them uncomfortable.
He's a smart man. Okay. Speaking of party, okay, and you just said something, and here we go again. Art, we were talking earlier about the Piston parties at the Silverdome when they pulled the curtain away and crammed 50,000. Those games were off the hook. They were unbelievable. And you were in the press box, I'm sure, as a kid that was in high school that was at the famous 60,000. It was awesome. That's one of the coolest sporting events I've ever been to, when they crammed like 60,000 people in.
Do you know how they got 60,000 in there?
How did it happen?
It was a gasoline station. Sinclair.
Yeah?
Sinclair, if you went and got your car filled up with gas, you get like 4 or 5 tickets for $1.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was, well, I mean, I can't tell you how many times we walked in there where, you got, it was like $2 seats or something to sit way. And you got to remember, at the Pontiac Silverdome, you were a mile away. But when you're 16, 17 years old, it's the greatest. Are you kidding me? My buddies and I drove from the mean streets of L-Town up to the Silverdome, and we're seeing, the greats. We're seeing the Lakers come to town. We're seeing, and by the way, our team's pretty damn good too.
See, I was older. I hated it. I hated games at the Silverdome.
Did you?
Yeah, it was too distant. There was no background for shooting.
You were a mile away.
And people were miles and miles away.
You really were. When they moved the curtain, the one, because they had a curtain up that took away, what was it, Terry? Would you say about a fourth of the stadium, a third of the stadium? That big curtain in the north end zone?
Half.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they had this curtain up, and then so many people would come, they had to move the curtain. I mean, and think about that. Going to an NBA game, I forget what the number was, 59,000 or whatever the heck it was. It was insane. It was, and you're going, are there really that many people here? I mean, those games it was a party.
Imagine watching a game and you're in your seat and you have to watch like this. Okay, they moved the curtain, but they didn't move it far enough.
Yeah.
So I got to watch like this. They look like ants down there.
Those games were, and again, as a kid, I'm just happy to be in the building. But I think you're right. If I had been a little bit older, I'd be like, why am I doing this? I'd be the old man that I am now.
Personally thought it sucked. Everybody's not me.
I know me now. I'm the old man who, more often than not, as we were talking about earlier, it's like, no, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna stay at home. And that's the way I feel about opening day now. Really, it's like I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna stay unless I got tickets. Then all bets are off.
Was that an '88?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some footage here. If you guys want to take a look at it, a little blast from the past, if you will.
Get a shot of Sean dancing on the court after they won.
Well, this was the finals, Art. There was also there was a regular season game. I think it was against the Celtics, if memory serves me correct. That we just absolutely packed that game.
Look at all those people, though.
It was insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, they didn't break the record for the playoffs because they wanted every dollar they could get. During the regular season, they were okay with selling seats for $2.
Wasn't it the Celtics?
Yeah.
I think it was the Celtics.
I think it was too.
Yeah, we were at that game. It was crazy, Art. A regular season basketball game. That was so exciting. Terry, did you cover those finals? Did you cover the '88 finals?
No, I was covering auto racing at the time.
Were you really?
Yes. I was covering Ayrton Senna and it was Alain Prost. Mm-hmm. So I was covering the Detroit Grand Prix.
Why did that series suck? That series sucked against the Lakers in '88.
Yeah,
it just
was entertaining.
It was, but just
there was a lot of stuff going on.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
I thought it was entertaining.
It's almost like you could, I don't know, Terry. Just a thought. Maybe you could voice like a documentary or something like that, right? On the Bad Boys. I think that would be a good idea.
I don't know if you noticed this, but I was on the Bad Boys 30 for 30.
Yes, you were. It was awesome.
I don't think many people know that.
No, that's why I brought it up. It was I thought, who better to do that when I was watching it? I was like, that makes sense, right? Sure. You were on that beat forever and a day. I don't know. To me this year, I think that the frustrating thing about it is, the White Sox are going to be really good. And they've just, they've stunk forever, but yet we're still able to win a World Series in 2005. The Twins are going to be good again.
They're going to hit 300 home runs.
Exactly. And Kansas City's going to suck and the Tigers are going to suck. But yet what happens is, and this has been frustrating for me, when we go, well, when can we expect some of these kids to get here and start making a difference? They will. But we've been talking about these guys, as you said, you've been kicking these cans down the road for a few years now. At what point in time do we say, hey, it might not happen with this guy? And
let's make it pack.
All right.
Me, you, anybody listening, this is the last year we're giving the Tigers a free pass. If they don't do this in 2022, then it's a failure.
Deal.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Let's get a pack.
Absolutely.
Let's get a knife, cut our skin, get some blood on it.
I'm in. Absolutely in.
I guess
something called Tyler Alexander is pitching on opening day. Sure.
I don't even know who he is.
Right. Look, there it is. Look, when you're rolling around wearing number 70, like that, I'm sorry, that really speaks volumes to me. But yeah, there he is. There's our. We'll add him to that illustrious list.
He looks dangerous.
Jack Morris.
What's his fastball? Like 75 miles an hour? What is it?
Exactly. He's throwing the ephus out there. He's throwing that. He's throwing that.
Doesn't have the fastest pitch. It's actually 89 to 91 miles per hour for his fastball.
Okay, that's what you call a joke.
Yeah,
Mr.
I know.
Peabody.
I was just giving you the stats in the lower third. All right.
Yeah, but he's got stuff.
Don't Not so blissful Terry anymore. Just saying, maybe the shot is starting to.
Could be.
Could be.
I'm becoming an asshole. It's a shot.
The next break, he turns into Joik. Just transforms. No!
I grow braids.
Yeah. No, do you know what I think it is? It's Terry's a smart man. It's like we've been sold a bill of goods about these Tigers so far. Let's be honest. And they can't spend money. Well, this general manager did spend money, and he didn't spend it wisely. Well, look at all the trades he's made. Okay, point out which trade he got a whole heck of a lot of value
but
from.
He was brought here to build up the farm system.
Yes.
You forgot that one.
How's that worked out? How long does it take? Is it 5,
It's
6?
not the last rated farm system anymore.
No. Yeah.
Real
they have
quick,
a lot of players.
I want you to answer this when we come back to break. All of these teams that are going into rebuilds and retools and everything like that, obviously for the Tigers it hasn't worked because there's not really any great teammates on there right now. What do you think they need to do? I don't want you to answer it right now, but what do you think they need to do, and how would you grade their rebuild compared to others right now, compared to the Wings and the Lions? Obviously, we don't know the answers to those yet.
Question.
But you know what? Maybe they already messed up. Because they had Justin Verlander, they had all these players who were productive, and they traded them away for the future. If you don't get the future with these guys, maybe you've already screwed up and you can't repair it.
We'll come
maybe.
back and
I'm
discuss
just saying
it.
maybe, not saying definitely. Maybe.
We'll come back and discuss it next. He's Terry Foster. I'm Sean Baligian. This is Woodward Sports.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Joy Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Look, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Terry, you hit on something to me, the most important thing that you can do. And I've been having this conversation about the Lions move, right?
Yes.
Do you know what everybody talks about with the Lions move, what a great move it is? And okay, and I said, I like what they got. Do you know when it becomes a great move? Is when they take advantage of those picks. Because if we're sitting here 4 years from now and you pick 2 piles of dog shit, then how great was that move? How great was that move? And I think, Art, that's the point that you brought up before we went to the break, and you didn't even know it. Okay? Terry's right. When you take a look at those, you gave up J.D. Martinez, okay? Our general manager and the minions that follow the Detroit Tigers tried to tell us there wasn't a big market for J.D. Martinez. So that's why they got the package that they got. Well, if you don't get something of value in return, you gave away a stud for nothing. The Justin Verlander trade, okay? Mm-hmm. We got all these cute little can't miss. I mean, Houston's loaded full of prospects. They have so many prospects, they don't know what to do with them. They're ready to go win a World Series. They went and won the World Series in part because they went and got Justin Verlander. What do the Tigers have to show from getting rid of Justin Verlander?
And I think that's what kind of scares me when I hear the word rebuild or retool, and we've witnessed it with the Wings. They're currently in the middle of a rebuild. The Lions are just starting theirs, but the Tigers have had theirs for a while now with no success at all. We got rid of Verlander, and it seems like ever since then, the franchise has been crumbling. So if you were to rank it on a scale of A, B, C, D, E, what would you give the Tigers?
Me?
Yeah.
Fail, absolutely.
Okay.
But
See,
again,
I'm nice. I'm going to give him a D.
As we talked about, I'm somebody, I've been jaded for a while now. I've been jaded for a while. So now, if these cute little prospects, coochie coo, pinch your cheeks, prospects don't turn out, now what you have to count on is making sure that you get the number 1 pick right.
And here's what we have to count on the Tigers. Not it being a rebuild. We don't want it to be a re-screw up. So now you got to get everything right, because maybe you didn't get the right prospects and the right people to build a team around, unless you're Willie Horton, who says that they've done that.
But I mean, like here's Art. Even if you get the number 1 pick, baseball's different, okay? Because you're talking about a guy that more often than not, it's going to take him 2 or 3 years to even get here, and then he might struggle for a year or two anyway, right? But if we're a few years away, like here, let's give Casey Mize was a can't miss. And I'm not writing him off yet. For the record, I'm not writing him off yet, okay? But guess what? There's a lot to be excited about right now. That doesn't mean it won't happen. That doesn't mean that it won't pop, okay? But you have to hit on those picks. If you get that number 1 pick, it's not like the NFL. I mean, the guy that went number 1 overall, Very rarely is that guy going to fail. It happens. But in baseball, it's not a sure thing at all.
That's right, because you have to give him the right atmosphere, the right coaching, put him in the best position, especially in baseball. Because a guy like Casey Mize, people will say, well, he was the number 1 pick. Anybody would have picked him. But did you nurture him the correct way?
Now, my question would be then, when you look at someone like a Jared Goff who's coming in, there doesn't seem like we're giving him much time. We're throwing him right into the wolves and see, if he's going to fall or be successful. Why with baseball do you have to give them 2 or 3 years when fans are asking, we've been dealing with this for years now, we just want results?
Can I answer that, Terry? I'm be interested. It's known versus unknown. Like okay, we have a good idea of what Jared Goff is. Art, how many times have you heard me make this argument with people, okay? I mean, it seems like this comes up once or twice a week, okay? Everybody wants to talk about how great Jared Goff was in 2018, okay? And therefore, because he had a great year 3 years ago, this was a great deal for the Lions. And what have I always said? You have to look at the whole. If we're going to have that conversation, let's also talk about how he's been a turnover machine the last couple of years. So for me, I add it all together, especially with what isn't here in Detroit right now, and I don't have a lot of optimism about Jared Goff. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first guy to tell you I'm wrong. But the difference is we hear all these stories, including like what Terry said, Willie Horton. Here's a guy that's been around the game for 522 years, okay? And if Willie Horton's talking about I'm telling you, this guy, it isn't just his fastball.
They're going to surprise you.
Just wait. You should see this guy's breaking ball. He's breaking femurs left and right. I mean, he is knocking guys out at the plate. It's the known versus the unknown. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and plus you have the minor leagues in baseball. You can always make that excuse that you're trying to build up the minor leagues and everything. And guys like Willie Horton will say, well, I've been on the back lots. And I saw what this guy can do, which we're not allowed to go back there a lot of times. So,
yeah.
But with the Lions, you don't have a minor league. This is your team. This is your quarterback. He's not going away for 2 or 3 years. He's the starter from day one. And I feel sorry for Jared Goff. This poor little guy is coming in and saying, it's not a rebuild here in Detroit. He thinks they're going to win. He's never been around the Lions before, though.
So my question is this. How long do Tigers fans have to wait to expect a turnover? A 500 season?
Oh, they're going to keep kicking the can down the road.
Last year, brother.
They're going to keep.
We're stopping that crap right now. This is the last year.
Art, the one thing that I like, and Terry, you've been in this business a long time. Do you know what the one thing that I always say to people? They don't do their homework. And what I mean by that is you can, wait till you see this kid fish in Erie. Well, everybody starts talking about this kid in Erie. Wait till you see this fish kid. And you know what people don't take the time to do? It's really simple. You can do this at home. I swear to God. You can go to their little website and look at what they're doing down there. And so many times you hear these magical, mystical names, right? And then you look at what they're doing at West Michigan and you go, Terry, now in fairness, I haven't seen this guy play, okay? But you're talking up this fish kid. What am I supposed to be seeing out of this kid? Oh, hey, listen to me. He's a prospect. Okay, Terry, you know what I see? I see a 193 batting average. I see a guy that isn't getting on base a lot. What am I?
Here's what they'll tell you. Fish is hitting the shit out of the ball. He's being robbed.
Trademark Brandon Inge.
Trust me.
Trademark Brandon Inge.
Right. This guy can play.
That's right? And that's unfortunately, that's what we've been doing around here for so long with all these magical, mystical unicorns. Because they're myths right now. All these names, I could sit here and name 10 names that I've heard in the last 2 years. Right now, Daz Cameron should have been playing center field and leading off for the Tigers 2 years ago. Why is his name still being thrown at me? He hasn't done anything.
If you were to put a ranking system of who cares the most about which team, obviously NFL's king in Detroit, so I would say the Lions. Then I would say the Pistons, the Wings, and then the Tigers. I mean, it just seems like no one cares. Like, the opening day festivities are great, but what happens after that? They're worried about filling 8,000, and I think they'll hit that. But if we get to where the stadium's opening up, I don't even know if it will fill the stadium.
So are you asking us to rank the sports teams in Detroit?
Yeah, because it just seems like no one cares
All right.
about the Tigers in the past, 7, 8 years? I mean, even when
Yeah, they don't care about the Pistons either. Here's my ranking: Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons. Pistons are dead last.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's just if the Pistons don't win, it's like, who cares?
I agree with you.
You would put the Tigers above the Wings?
Do you know do you know what my problem is? Okay, and somewhere Tom Mazaway lurks, okay? I was the guy after 2014 that said, guys, this is over. It was a fun little run. We didn't get any championships out of it. The manager is in over his head, which Brad Ausmus was, and too many people so desperately wanted to believe that no, we're not going to come away from this era with nothing. So people wouldn't accept the fact that it was over. And Terry, you probably dealt with that in radio. For 2 years, people would still go, hey, man, why are you being a hater? I'm not the guy that made them finish in third place.
There's still a lot of people who thought that Ausmus was a nincompoop. I know he had his education, his Ivy League education, but he couldn't handle a clubhouse. And I don't think those guys respected him. They didn't respect Trammell, and they didn't respect Ausmus. So if you have that problem, you're not going to win.
Fans around here, though, refuse to buy in that it was over. They wouldn't do it. Even Scherzer leaves, Sanchez left. So many pieces of this team started to go, and they wouldn't believe, because, Terry, it is amazing to me when you look at all those great teams, really, between 06 and I don't even want to include 14, but I will. And you look at those pitching staffs in particular, there's still part of me that goes, how the hell didn't they win a World Series?
Right.
How? 13 is the one that I don't even like to think about it. It takes me to a bad place. Like, honestly, 2013, that was the year. Everything came together, and
I think Jim Leland outguessed himself too many times instead of just letting these dudes play. Because I remember, who was the relief pitcher who had lost? Oh, shoot. Papa Grande.
Yeah, Valverde. Yep.
He sucked. Valverde sucked. But Jim Leland would have a guy on the mound pitching pretty well, and he says, I got to bring in Papa Verde. And he'd give up 3-4 runs, and you're done. And then, but, this is the way I do it. I'm going to keep doing it this way. And then he did it again the next game.
Yeah.
And screwed up.
Yep. Yeah, it was amazing. He had that great season in 11, and then like everybody and their brother knew, okay, we have to go in a different direction, and we found out the hard way. Remember the game one against the Yankees? Tigers actually came back and won that game and swept the Yankees before getting their ass kicked in the World Series by the Giants. But I look back and I just say to myself, and I really believe, this is just one man's opinion, I think Tiger fans didn't want to believe that it was over after they got clobbered and Brad Ausmus got embarrassed against Buck Showalter in that 14 series. And so in turn, Terry, then the time-honored, well, the media is the bad guy. Terry Foster, you're the bad guy. Sean Baligian, you're the bad guy because you can't see the greatness of this team. And it's funny how that works out because you never hear from people after the fact.
Yeah, how come it's always our fault?
Never hear from people after the fact. Never. I go through this with Michigan football fans all the time. And some of them, not all, some of them have said, wow, dude, you've kind of been right about this isn't Michigan anymore. This isn't the Michigan that we grew up with. Why are you acting like this is something special? And some people, hi, Steve, still get mad at me for saying that. And I didn't do it. Terry didn't do it. You said it best. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. Look at what's happened in the last 2 decades.
And I don't see anything here.
It's nothing about being a hater. I'm doing my job. Right? You want me to tell you you're special? Be special.
That's right. It's easy as that.
Oh, look at this. You want to head to the aquarium? Ladies and gentlemen, Fish. Hi, Fish.
I'm on my way to Florida, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'll see you down there.
Yeah, I'll probably be down there by midday Thursday.
All right, I'll see you down there.
Fish is not going to the Keys, though.
You're not going to the Keys, Fish? Where are you going?
Well, I'm going around the Keys. Got to take the water with me, so we'll see where I go. Iowa and Oregon are tied at 36 all, 6:40 to go in the first half.
Thank you. Are you staying on the Atlantic side, or are you going to go into the Gulf side?
Wherever the water takes me.
Terry, do you have a preference, Atlantic side or Gulf side?
Man, it depends. You know, I kind of want to go to the Gulf side. There's a lot more tourist trapeze over there. The Atlantic side, though, has the ladies, though.
Is that where the ladies are?
Yeah, they're on the Atlantic
I'm going
side.
to the Gulf side for sure. I'm going to the Gulf side.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, I want my Cajun shrimp. I want all that stuff. Let me go over there. I'll be fine. Give me a fishing pole.
Do you have a choice of where you go? I thought you said you're.
No, I have zero choice of where I go. No, I'm seriously. I really, truly.
He's going to the Keys. One day he's going to end up at the Everglades. Yeah. Because it's real nearby. He'll come in with a gator bite in his leg.
You know what? I'm looking forward to make. Have you ever made that drive down that whatever highway it's called and everything? Like it takes 3 hours. It takes 3 hours to go from Miami like all the way to Key West.
So I haven't been to the Keys yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you know what that highway's called? You basically drive across the ocean, like for
Key
real.
Biscayne. No, that's one of the Keys.
I went to Florida one time, and it was to go to Disney World, and that was it.
You did go to Disney World?
Yeah, I was Disneyland dad one year and took my son, and we lasted a whole 2 hours, and he was ready to go because he was 4. And he's like, I don't care about any of this stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Stayed at Daytona Beach, though, which is like my kind of people. Like, it's kind of grimy. It's not like the nicest spot in Florida. That's where I like to go. Like Vegas.
Vegas like Clearwater.
Vegas is Fremont. Vegas is Fremont. I don't want to stay at the Strip. I want to stay with my people, you know?
If you go to, what do they call it, Floribama, or what is it called? That area up there, that is it Floribama that they call it, Terry? Like the Florida-Bama, like way up top of the panhandle.
See, you talk about like going to Key West and being on the beach. I want to go alligator hunting. I want to be on a boat with the fan. I want like all the roughneck stuff.
You think I'm going to be on a beach? I'm going to be under a palm tree with some drink in my hand getting hammered. I'm telling you, that's what I'm doing.
But make it clear, and I said this before the show, we need your sports updates. We need you to do your live reads out there. We need your interviews.
Hello. I'm Sean. I've been drinking since 9. It's going to be that.
Can you promise that when we do call you in that you'll be hammered? Please. That's content.
I don't need to promise you. There's a really good chance.
Now, Mr. Peabody needs to go to Clearwater and the Everglades. That's where he needs to go.
I'm still waiting for Chad. Joyke's going to Florida every week. I'm waiting for that plane ticket or the bus ride.
Chad's never inviting us to his house. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Is Chad in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chad's never. We're never getting that in.
I tried
accept
baiting him by saying, "Hey, I want to go cover the UFC. How far away is it from where you're at in Jacksonville? Is where it's at? It's 5 hours away. Good luck."
Dude, I did see that text. Now it makes sense. I'm going, what the hell are you asking that question
I was hoping
for?
he's like, "Oh, I'll pick you up in the PJ."
Yeah, don't worry. Art will fly over in my Lear jet. You know. Jeez,
all right, nobody wants to be with this guy.
No.
So I think he's a good time guy. We just gotta flesh it out.
I'm going to call you out on Twitter later today and say, Blissful Terry's taking me to Comerica for opening day.
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to call you out.
Call me out.
But then you got to talk to my bosses because who's going to produce this great show? Who's going to direct it?
I got clout around here. I'll get you out.
See, now he's got me worried because that means I might be down there next week. Now, damn it.
You will. You're coming too.
See, that's it. If he says it, I know I'm screwed. Terry Foster, Sean Baligian. Terry's going to win every time. Damn it.
If you got it, you got it.
Damn it.
And
All right,
I'm gonna make sure Sean is down there.
Michigan, what's your expectations for tonight? 7:10? I think that's the game, 7:10 tonight.
Which means 7:18.
Yes. Not 7:17 either. We've established that. It's almost like when we make our ribs. Terry, when's the time to take those ribs out? I don't take them out at 2:01. I take them out at 2:02, right? Like you need that rule established. Terry Foster, Sean Baligian, glad you could join us. It's Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Hey, Grow Green, Michigan, the world's largest family-owned indoor garden center, buys in bulk and passes their savings on to you, the growers. Score insane deals like bags of Roots Original Soil for $10 and gallons of Fox Farm Big Bloom for just $40. Grow Green has over 1,000 pallets of soil in stock from brands like Pro Mix, Fox Farm, Dairy Dew, Nectar for the Gods, and Because. Go where the pros actually go. Go to Grow Green on M36 in Whitmore Lake or online at growgreenmi.com. Mention the show for a free shirt. Terry, you said something that is music to my ears. And again, I'm going to use...
About you on opening day?
I am going to use the clout of Terry Foster to my advantage once. You just said these chairs are miserable, something along those lines,
Yeah,
right?
make my legs hurt.
Remember how I was such a bad guy, Art? Remember how for a couple weeks I was the bad guy?
But you know what?
You got to drop these chairs and just get used to it. What are you crying about? And you want to know the funniest thing is?
What?
You know who the biggest bitcher is about these chairs? The guy that bought them.
But I will say, you did it before it was cool. You had the sign day one. Now you got Terry. I mean, you got
Terry, I got a sign that said no chairs. Because, I mean, these are... And Maz would come up to me and go, "Oh, Sonny B, you gotta... Oh... Well, don't worry about it. We gotta do this. Everything's gonna... Sonny B, this is gonna be okay." He cries every day about these chairs now. You'll get no sympathy from me, Maz. None.
Why?
Where do you buy these chairs
Why
from?
is Maz like a weird version of Sylvester
Because he's from
Stallone?
New Jersey, right? He kind of talks like that. I mean, you're going to sleep with the fish if you keep bitching about my chairs.
He's
right?
definitely New York, New Jersey.
Yeah, it was like a Godfather Sylvester Stallone combination.
I'll make you a chair you can't refuse. And that's what's happening.
He's a Godfather shrimp.
You have clout. I need to shut up and I'm going to pay Terry off quietly. Terry, listen, if I give you a rack of ribs and $30, can you spout off for me?
I think...
No, but you know what? Maybe my legs hurt because it's a shot. Could be the shot. Maybe it's not the chairs.
Don't do that. I think it could be as easy as Terry comes in one day, moves the chairs to the side, and you guys just do the show standing up.
Oh, don't you dare tease me
I double dog dare
Don't you dare tease me like that.
I'm going to be here 2 more days this week, so I'm going to get some changes for you when you come back next month. Yes. Or next year, whenever the hell you're coming back.
You watch what's going to happen. We're going to put the clout to the test. Because Maz will come in here and go, "Hey, guys, we have to take care of T-Foss. What are we doing with these chairs?" And I'm going to go, "I've been crying for a month. It hurts my bum. My hamstring tightens up." But Terry says one thing, and all of a sudden there's
you know
all
what Maz will say? He'll say, "So the chairs are bothering you, huh, T?" You say, "Yeah, they are. We'll do something about it."
So then, hey, can we do something real quick? Terry, I need you to look into the camera and give me permission to go to opening day. Go ahead.
Okay. Art, a.k.a. Mr. Peabody, is going to opening day. Let's make it happen. I'm serious.
Yes.
I'm not playing around. If he's not there, I'm out of here.
See? Now it's official.
I'm out.
It's freaking official now. Damn it.
Hey, Terry, are you hiring?
Terry, if I slip you a 50, can you say Sean does not have to go to opening day?
Go ahead.
Sean is going to opening day, too.
Yes. Yes.
He's going to be my wingman.
Better text my family. Dear family, I will be at opening day next week.
And you're going to have a good time, too.
All right. Well, if I'm with you, I will. Hi, Fish.
Why is it getting hot in here now?
It did really get really warm.
They turned it off. They're like, no chairs, no AC.
Is that the shot, or did it just get hot in here?
No, it got really warm.
Ooh, I was going to say, damn.
Hello, Fish. There he is, the aquarium. Thank you.
It's going to be the best weekend ever. We got April 1st opening day, right? Good Friday's April 2nd. A lot of people probably don't have work. Saturday's April 3rd. Easter's April 4th. Easter Monday, April 5th. It's the best weekend ever, isn't it?
Listen,
I'm going to sleep all day Easter.
Are you really?
I'll be out, yeah.
You're not doing anything?
Well, opening day. And then Friday, you got to do something.
I'm going to sleep Saturday.
Then Saturday is something, and then Sunday I'll be out.
I'm doing a prime rib and a steak
Will you
tenderloin.
stop teasing people? Because
Seriously.
all these meats, you're not going to give them to anybody. None of this meat is going to anybody out here.
Right.
That's listening. You just, I'm going to do a prime rib, or I might do ribs.
And then
you
know what he does on the smoke show? Hey, Art, look at this meat I'm eating. You're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it.
Right. Yeah, you're a tease, brother. And you know what else? You know what? And you know what else we don't get around here? These two assholes, Joey and Stick, every Monday they're getting conies. Do we ever get any? Hell no.
No, they leave right where Sean is sitting, right behind him with the Woodward sports truck, and they just leave.
I'm going to take it one step further. Every other day, Maz is walking in with a pizza this big.
He does.
Like literally every other day, okay? Maz is the first person in here when we do the smoke show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Maz, I got something for you. Oh, you're too kind. No, Sonny, I love you. I do hate these chairs.
You know what?
Do I ever see any of his pizza? Hell no.
You know what the worst thing is?
I got a piece.
He goes, hey, Art.
It's clout again.
He goes, hey, Art, gluten allergy, gluten allergy, gluten allergy, and just eats it right in front of me. Unbelievable.
I need to go back. Can I rewind about a minute and a half?
Nope.
The mere fact that you hurt me like A2 Brute. I mean, you literally went full Julius. I hook you. I always take care of you.
I know. I was stirring the pot.
I leave the camera shot so
I
I can walk over and bring my friend Art food.
I'm just hurt right now. I'm hurt.
So wait a minute. I'm telling everybody I'm working with great guys. You're telling me I'm working with jerks now?
How could you do this to me?
You know, I will say, Sean said, because he's going on vacation, so I'm actually going to co-host the smoke show. That was very nice of him. I'm hoping that we do Parmesan garlic wings. Okay,
now, will you be able to eat some of the food on there?
Well, Mike and Dave, Mike has a gluten allergy,
he
and
does.
he's gracious enough. Sean has been very nice with it. Here's my question,
Thank you.
Getting back to Comerica Park, if there's going to be 8,000 in attendance inside of Comerica, how many are going to be outside for opening day? I need to know what to expect.
I'm going to say 100,000.
I bet you,
This year?
Yes.
Yes. Because people are fed up.
People
they
are
want
fed
to
up.
do
That's exactly
anything.
it. Yep.
But do you think that see, I need to get my shot then.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going out
you're gonna
there,
get your shot now. I told you to get that damn shot.
I know, but I'm not in the age demographic. What do I do?
Art, look, I mean, if you're one of those people that you're waiting to see people without masks and all that stuff, you're going to get the opportunity that day.
Okay,
There's no doubt
Terry,
about it.
you've got some clout. Hit up Whitmer, look into the camera, and say, give Art his shot.
Okay. Big Gretch, what's up? I know my man is a little bit young, but he's got pre-existing conditions. Are you amputee?
No, but I can be if it'll give me the Comerica.
He's not an amputee, but he got problems. He needs a shot. He finally wants to do it. Let's make it happen at Ford Field.
Easy said I was circumcised as a baby, which I was, so yeah, I'm an amputee. Yep.
Art's gonna have one of those sticks in his mouth, and I'm just gonna go, Art, don't look at it. It's like on the next edition of the Smoke Show. Art, don't.
How bad do you want opening day?
Why do we keep calling him Art? He's Mr. Peabody.
Look at Mr. Peabody. What happened? Mr. Peabody. What happened? Art's gonna be holding up his hand for.
Pause. Give me a hug. Pause.
No, he's gonna meet people, and they're gonna say, Mr. Peabody, I thought you were an amputee. Well, I grew up back.
Some people have said, for what it's worth, that I'm never going to share the barbecue with everybody. Just wait. Something might be coming up this summer where you might have an opportunity to share in some of the barbecue.
All right.
What we're doing, like Terry, don't tell anybody. We're having the April 17th. We're having a few people over my house, and that's almost like an exhibition game. We're going to try to work out some kinks, and we're going to try to do something bigger for people.
You know, everybody's going to screw you. Here's what they're going to do. You're going to offer up the barbecue, and then they'll say, oh, I couldn't make it, or I was busy, or I couldn't come to the office and everything, and do it again. You're going to say, wait a minute, I just hooked you up. I can't help it that you decided to punk out. That's what they're going to do to you.
You know what's funny? We did one in October, but we kept it under, I think the number at the time was under 50. I think that's what, for an outdoor gathering, I think that's what it was. And there were only a couple people that didn't show. But I go back to I think at that point in time, everybody was kind of done with it by the time October rolled around.
Right.
And so they were more apt to want to come over. There were a couple guys at the last minute that said, hey, dude, I don't feel comfortable. And I was like, do you? I don't. No, come over even though you're uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what, like,
be a man.
April 17th, going to build it up more. And then hopefully this summer we have a cool event where you can try my ribs or Terry's ribs or brisket or whatever the case may be.
Real quick, and I'm just asking because I'm curious and I want to know, if there's going to be 100,000 people downtown and 8,000 in, what are the chances that the cops try and shut down the tailgate parties and all that? Like, do you see that happening or no? No?
They might. Who knows?
Not with T-Foss there.
You got to gamble. Just don't shut my stuff down. Everybody else, hey, sorry. Plus, people are going to be spread out. They're going to be downtown, midtown, Corktown. Some people will be by Tiger Stadium. I used to go to Nemo's.
It's a great spot.
Is like a mile and a half from Comerica.
Now that's okay, now you're leading me into another question.
No, you'll love
Nemo's. With all the bars, though.
Great spot.
But with all the bars, though, at capacity, is that going to be just broken? Anybody, I mean, there's going to be...
Well, a lot of times they put it outside anyway. Like they have, you know, they kind of have the outdoor thing as it is on opening day.
There's a lot of tents down there, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nemo's,
even Nemo's has a tent.
Nemo's Burgers, underrated. That's an underrated burger.
No, that burger's great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You think that people know about it?
Not enough, but
not
some
enough.
people know.
That's why I say underrated. That's a great burger. That's a very great burger. Do we have another break? No? Okay. Somebody said sounded like old school Dick Vitale, my Maz. Oh, son, I heard you complaining about chairs. It doesn't matter when you do, but if T. Fonzer's complaining about chairs, I love you. You know I love you.
But Maz always says he loves you.
He does, always.
Doesn't he say he loves you?
He says it all. He's in love with everybody.
He's a lovable guy.
And he loves inanimate objects. I've never seen a man love buildings, and it's weird. He's got this weird love for, like, stadiums and stuff. I love that puck. Don't you say anything negative about it. It's like, oh, dude, I'm not dissing your wife and kids, all right? Whoa.
We need one more impression. I'm going to put the camera on you. What is Maz's opinion when it comes to Brady?
Well, everybody, Brady love everywhere. I don't get it. He kind of sound like Vinny Barbarino for a second, right? It was a little John Travolta. Why don't you just suck him off? But I love you. I love you. I love you.
What does Brady have to do to convince Maz that he's something?
Yeah. It's a good question.
What's he got to do?
I bet you if you gave him a signed football, he'd be the greatest of all time.
I love you, but everybody just talks about him.
No. If Tom Brady was a Yankee,
yes.
He'd be all over it.
That's exactly it.
He'd be all over
Let's
it.
be perfectly blunt. But my G-men knocked him off twice.
That's right.
That's what it comes down. That's why Brady's not the best, because Tom's Giants knocked him off twice.
Hey.
T-Foss, do you like these chairs?
No, my legs hurt, man.
They're terrible.
But see,
you know what? Stick. Terry doesn't like the chairs. Watch. Stick. Terry doesn't like the chairs.
Come on, get in here.
Sorry, Terry. Maz ordered them.
My legs hurt, but I think it might be because of the shot.
Stop saying that. You're putting it into the universe. Stop it.
It's not the shot.
It's not the shot.
Steve said Maz told Pilar to shut up last week.
Oh, it was so great.
He got mad at...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He got mad at Pilar?
I'm so mad.
But the thing is he told everyone to shut up, and him and Darren were going back and forth. If you have not watched that Friday episode about Tom Izzo and him holding the player back, it's beautiful. But Maz was getting so angry, and then afterwards he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't want it to go that way. That's content!
You know I love you.
I just get a little heated, that's all.
Yeah. I'm so sick of people talking to Brady.
Hey, but Maz, you ordered the chairs and they're bad. I mean,
I was the villain around here for a month.
No, he'll say I was given a budget. And I couldn't go over the budget.
He picked the damn chairs. That's that. I mean, Stick's not lying.
No, but Maz, that's you right now. What do you say to that?
Sorry, Stick made me do it. Do you think I'd do you like that, knowing that I was going to sit in these chairs? It was Stick. Stick did it.
See, I would always say they gave me a budget, so I couldn't go over this. That's why I got the bullshit chairs.
All right. Can we go now? I mean, it is 50,000 degrees in here. Can we check into the aquarium? I'm going to jump in the aquarium right now. What do you got for us, Fish?
Going pretty fast at the moment. Probably 80 miles per hour down to Florida. Might get there by 10 o'clock on Thursday now. No, the first day we got the chairs. Maz loved them, and then he found out they had no wheels. Like, oh, well, these chairs have no fucking wheels on them. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's right. There are no wheels.
They're not my fault. Like, why didn't we get chairs with wheels on them? I don't know. You bought them. He's like, no, I didn't buy them. Broadwell bought them.
I think we can be done. I think we can be done. I think we're good. See you guys. Terry, always a pleasure. Terry will be back in on Thursday.
And how do you get office chairs with no wheels on them? I didn't even know they existed. What the hell?
See you guys. Bye.